Right now on CBS 12 News this morning at 6, gut-wrenching testimony continues in the death penalty trial of the Parkland school shooter. Witnesses describing the scary moments that gunshots penetrated the classroom windows and doors.
There were multiple gunshots, and they were incredibly loud. Boom, 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 boom. And I froze for a moment, and the students jumped out of their seats.
Day 4 of testimony just hours away. Coming up, we'll take you inside the courtroom to hear from students and teachers taking a stand in the death penalty trial for Nikolas Cruz.
And school districts in the country try to find ways to be safer. More are exploring the possibility of arming teachers.
Coming up, we'll show you how one local district is embracing that program and what each teacher has to do before they can bring a gun into the classroom.
And I'm checking a couple of showers to get us started on this Thursday. We'll take a closer look at the rest of your day.
It's a new day. This is CBS 12 News This Morning.
Good morning. Happy Friday Eve. I'm Matt Lincoln.
And I'm Sam Kerrigan. So glad you're starting your morning with us. We do want to check on that forecast. It's going to be another hot one out there, Lauren.
Certainly is. It always is. It's the middle of the summer. Our average high is about 90, so we're technically right where we should be. Let's take a look right now at radar. Most of us have dry skies. There are a few brief little downpours off the coast. Some of that rain has made its way on shore. Little rain right now near US 1 right along and just south of Boynton Beach Boulevard. We also have some showers in West Boca right now across Palmetto Park Road right there and 441. This is going to pass inland, so it's going to continue to move off towards the northwest, and then we'll be dry again. 90 degrees by 11. So you'll see here temperatures warming pretty fast. We're heading into the low 90s for those highs again today. With the humidity, this is going to feel like the triple digits pretty easily outside. So here's our forecast for today. We're back near 90. It's going to be hot. It's going to be humid out there. Like I mentioned, that heat index is right around 100. Plenty of humidity to go around. This is below heat advisory criteria, so there's no alerts in effect because of all the heat that we're dealing with outside, but just be sure to stay hydrated. We're seeing a few showers along the coastline early this morning. We could see a few thunderstorms pushing inland a little later into the afternoon. We are starting to get some coloring outside, but the sun's not going to come up for another 40 minutes or so. Overall, just a very hot and humid day again. Matt, Sam.
Lauren, thank you. It's 6:02, checking on our drive on this Thursday morning. Vero Beach to Stewart takes you about 36 minutes on I-95. We are not tracking any crashes or delays.
As I turned around, I saw the shooter coming out of the stairwell, and then I immediately turned back around, and that's when the firing started.
My classmates started screaming and moaning, the ones who were hurt, and then I realized that I couldn't really move my leg.
You feel the vibrations in your chest as the gunshots were getting closer and louder.
Stood there by that door, thinking that it was the drill that they had told us that we would be having since we had a training.
So I opened my door, and kids started running. They were screaming, they were running. It was extremely loud, chaotic.
Heart-wrenching testimony from students and teachers in the penalty trial of the Parkland school shooter, all describing the horror they lived in the halls of Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School 4 years ago. Many of them witnessing the last moments of their classmates and students as they heard gunshot after gunshot. And CBS 12's Kara Duffy live now for us downtown West Palm Beach. She's been following every development of this trial. Kara, what are some of the biggest takeaways from yesterday's day 3?
Yeah, Matt, day 3 of testimony, the jury heard from even more teachers and students as they relived the terror of Valentine's Day 2018, how their lives forever changed in an instant that Wednesday afternoon. Fourth period. Now, one moment that really stood out during yesterday's testimony, something we haven't seen up until this point, came when survivor Anthony Borges took the stand to testify. Now, Borges, who was a freshman at the time in the massacre, he was shot 5 times in the leg, in the back, and in his armpit. After he identified himself in the photos of his injuries, the prosecutor asked Borges to show jurors his injuries, how they look today. So he stepped off the stand, unzipped his jacket, showing his gunshot wounds, saying that he's already had 14 surgeries since it happened. The judge overruled the defense's objection to this. Now, we also heard from several teachers who described how they tried to push their students to safety and protect them. They wept on the stand. One teacher described how she jumped into action, putting pressure on the bullet wounds of some of her students until help got there.
Whenever I wasn't using the Keurig, I had a baby blanket that I covered it with when it wasn't in use. So I had a student that was hiding next to the Keurig throw the baby blanket over to me, and I used that baby blanket to make a tourniquet for Ben's arm because he was bleeding out. I noticed Carmen beside Ben, and I went close to just kind of get a better gauge, and she wasn't moving.
Ben did survive the shooting, but Carmen Schentrup was one of the 17 people killed that day, just 1 week shy of her 17th birthday. Now, in addition to hearing from survivors, the jury has also been watching cell phone videos taken by students who were in the classroom. Under the judge's orders, media and others in the courtroom can't see those images. But at one point, during disturbing audio being played, Nikolas Cruz plugged his ears with his fingers as to not hear the video. And Matt, Sam, keep in mind that during the past 3-4 days of this, the defense has asked the judge repeatedly to not allow that surveillance video from inside the freshman building to repeatedly be played to the jury, saying that they were worried that it was going to change the jury's perception of Nikolas Cruz. But the judge has denied their request to do so, saying that it is unedited footage and that it will continue to be played throughout the trial. Now, the trial will get underway again at 9 o'clock this morning, but it will be a half day of testimony for the reason being that they have another hearing scheduled at the same time on the 17th floor where all of this is unfolding. So again, it will only be a half day of testimony.
Kara, thank you. CBS 12 News is following every step of the Parkland school shooter sentencing trial. You can watch it live on all our online platforms. Make sure to visit CBS12.com and download our free CBS 12 News app.
At the nation's capital, former Parkland student and gun control activist David Hogg interrupted the House Judiciary Committee while they considered a bill that would ban assault weapons. Hogg spoke out after Republican Congressman Andy Biggs of Arizona suggested weapons are needed to guard against an invasion at the U.S.-Mexico border. Take a listen. At that moment, they shouted at him.
The shooter at my high school, anti-Semitic, anti-black, and racist. The shooter in El Paso described it as an invasion. Guess what? Those guns are coming from the United States of America.
That's right.
They aren't coming from Mexico. They are not coming from Mexico. You are reiterating the flights of a mass shooter, sir. Sir, you are perpetuating this violence.
And then Hogg was escorted out of the chambers. Hogg also tweeted a video of himself being confronted by a gun lobbyist afterwards. He says, quote, "The difference between us and them is we're just young people defending our right to live. They're defending weapons of war and their bank accounts."
After the Parkland school shooting, the state started the Coach Aaron Feist Guardian program, named after the football coach who died while protecting students. Proponents suggested that if he had been armed, things might have turned out differently. Right now, the Okeechobee County School District says it has several teachers who have a gun in their classroom. Those teachers have to sign up for training, a voluntary program, and training from the Okeechobee County Sheriff's Office, and then go through quarterly training with the Sheriff's Office each year after that. A parent whose child will start kindergarten next month agrees with arming teachers.
And I mean, why not? If it comes between my child dying because somebody didn't have a gun to save them, I would rather the teacher be armed.
We reached out to all of our other local school districts, and so far the Okeechobee County School District is the only one in our area that has teachers that are armed.
Well, now to a high-stakes meeting for the families of the 19 students and 2 teachers who were shot and killed in the Texas school shooting. School district posted an agenda for a special board meeting this Saturday to discuss and vote on firing School Police Chief Pete Arredondo following the shooting at Robb Elementary. The superintendent said they would take into consideration the body cam video and the report released about the police's response that day. The report showed Arredondo did not follow the active shooter protocols that he helped to write. District officials placed Arredondo on administrative leave last month.
6:09 right now, and this morning, this Vero Beach man faces multiple charges in connection to a shooting in Gifford last week. Take a look here. Newly released video shows the driver backing into the suspect, Kawan Nguyen, near 30th Avenue and 45th Street. You see it right there. This is near Gifford Middle School. Deputies say that's when Nguyen, who was holding a rifle, got up and started shooting at the car as it drove away. Nguyen faces multiple charges, including attempted second-degree murder.
Well, last night, a torch symbolizing the victims of the Surfside condo collapse was extinguished. The memorial marked the time from when the building collapsed to the moment when the search and recovery efforts to locate the last victim ended. So for a total, it was a light for 27 days. Town leaders, first responders, and law enforcement held a moment of silence. 98 people lost their lives in that collapse last year.
6:10 is the time right now. If you got a check in the mail from Governor DeSantis, do not throw it away. Ahead, why some families in the state are getting a one-time payment per child as we're all just trying to make ends meet.
And the governor claiming over and over again he has not made any plans to run for president. Yet he spent yesterday on the other side of the country at a major Republican fundraising event. Our reporter in Utah was on the ground finding out everything he could about what Governor DeSantis said inside those closed doors about a possible run to the White House, and that is coming up in 30 minutes.
And before we head to break, here is a live look in Delray Beach as we get our Thursday started. Don't go anywhere. We've got much more CBS 12 News this morning coming up next.